In tonight's edition, a new core skills occupation list is on the way later on this year, the 189 invitation round, the unofficial reportings, and can you trust AI migration answers? We put that to the test, and the department's not so proficient English test information. Hi, I'm Karl Konrad, and for the last 26 years, Australian Immigration Law Services has run a professional practice right here in the heart of Sydney. We've been presenting these weekly YouTube videos for more than 5 years now, and a big shout out to the thousands of people I have advised during consultations, and it's been a great honour to meet so many wonderful people. As an indication that the core skills occupation list used in the 482 Skills in Demand visa will be altered on a yearly basis, Jobs and Skills Australia has open consultation on what occupations should be included next on the list. On their website they state, the CSOL is not a prioritised list in any way. This is because there are no limits on how many occupations are allowed to be on the list. There is no limit on the number of visas that can be granted for any one occupation under the Employer-Sponsored Temporary Skills in Demand 482 visa. The number of visas granted will be driven by the level of demand from approved employer sponsors, not by an assessment of priority by Jobs and Skills Australia. They go on further to say that their decision is based upon two main factors. The occupation shortage list developed by JSA using in-depth analysis of business recruitment activity and an extensive range of other economic data covering labour market and migrant outcomes as well as stakeholder input. So if you're a business or industry body, now is the time to give them your input upon what occupations you think should be included or perhaps not included on the list. And last week, while I was away enjoying the rain and surface paradise, you all know that the 189 invitation finally arrived. And yes, some of you were disappointed that it wasn't covered last week, but even I need a break from time to time. While we don't know the total number of invitations given out, it would seem it will probably be in the same range as the November round of last year. Again, IT professionals are disheartened by their lack of invitations, and whether that has anything to do with the growth of AI cannot be underestimated. Accountants seem to be also overlooked for selection. The points required for each occupation to receive an invitation seem to be very similar overall to the last round. Some required slightly higher and some lower. Here are some of the occupations that received invitations from our office and also several other agencies posting their results. Until the official results are released, this is just a guide and not an exhaustive list. Some occupations have received invitations at a lower score than perhaps we came across. We have also included the points required from the last invitation round as a comparison. Early childhood teachers, 85 points this round, and at 70 points in the last round. And this is no doubt a reflection of the hundreds of students who have finished this course. Secondary school teacher, 85 points. Social worker, 85 points. Carpenter, 70 points. Bricklayer, 70 points. Solid plasterer, 65. Painter, 70, food technologist, 90, statistician, 90, actuary, 95, registered nurse, 80, university lecturer, 90, solicitor, 90, medical practitioner, 80, podiatrist, 80, physiotherapist, 80, architect, 90, which is a big jump from the 70 of the last round, life scientist, 100, management consultant, 90, economist, 95, Civil Engineering Draftperson, 95, Civil Engineer, 100, Material Engineer, 95, and Electronic Engineer at 95. When the official results come out, we will let you know. And congratulations to one of our viewers, Eva, who wrote in to tell us she received an invitation. Hi Karl, I just wanted to let you know I got the 189 invitation because your video on multiple EOIs. Thank you. We are so glad that we've been able to be part of Eva's journey. And if any of you missed that video we produced quite a while ago now, it will come up at the end of this video. We have noticed in the comment section that occasionally some people reply to other people's questions by saying check the various AI platforms. I mean, we all use them to some degree, right?
Mr. Theodore Twombly, welcome to the world's first artificially intelligent operating system.
So we decided to put that to the test to see if indeed you can trust the answers they give you. Here is a basic question we asked OpenAI GPT for O-Mini. In claiming I have a de facto partner for an Australian visa, do I need to be living together for 12 months? In about 5 seconds, it came back with this response. Yes, generally to claim a de facto partner for an Australian visa, you need to show that you and your partner have been living together in a genuine and continuing relationship for at least 12 months before applying. Key points. Living together for at least 12 months. You must have been living together as a couple continuously for at least 12 months, immediately before lodging your visa application. Exceptions. If you and your partner have been in a registered or de facto relationship for less than 12 months, you may still be eligible if you can demonstrate exceptional circumstances or that you have been in a relationship that is similar to a marriage for a considerable period. And that is the significant mistake about relationship registrations. When you have registered your relationship in most states and territories, there is no requirement to demonstrate exceptional circumstances or that 12-month period. If you have one of these certificates, you may have only been living together for just 2 weeks to meet the definition of a spouse and to be able to lodge. I then went on to ask the AI program, in which states or territories are relation registries accepted for the definition of spouse, and it then answered, relationship certificates issued by all Australian states and territories are generally accepted by the Department of Home Affairs for the purpose of proving a spouse or de facto relationship in a visa application. This includes certificates from, and it goes on to list them all. The problem is that the Western Australian version is not accepted under the Migration Act. Okay, 2 incorrect answers for reasonably complex questions, but now the big test, an easy one.
You're dating your computer?
She's not just a computer.
I'm an Australian citizen. Can I sponsor my AI program as my de facto partner? To which it quickly correctly answered, no, you cannot sponsor your AI program or any non-human entity as your de facto partner for an Australian visa. The Department of Home Affairs requires the relationship to be with a real person. Now, who knows, in the future, maybe AI will be able to replace me, but it's not today and probably not before I retire. And as another reminder that sadly you cannot completely trust what DOHA places on its website, their lack of proficiency in listing the correct information for the definition of proficient English has been brought to my attention. You will notice they have said IELTS academic in both examples of 7 on each component, but in reality the bottom one should read IELTS general. The definitions of competent and superior have both the academic and general versions as they should be. Thanks to Misha, who emailed the office to bring this to our attention this week. And since I didn't get time last week to reply to many comments, I thought I'd add one in for this week's video, and it's from Ellen. Hi Karl. Usually, how many days do you have to leave the country if your sponsor was refused? It's taking so long, more than 5 months, and still don't get an answer. And Alan's question is in response to the 482 video we released last week. Alan, if the business is refused to be a standard business sponsor or the nomination for the position is refused, the visa applicant is then sent a natural justice letter asking you to withdraw your application, otherwise it will be refused. You get about 28 days to respond. You may decide to leave Australia during that period, or if you wait until your application is refused, you have 35 days before your bridging visa expires. Unfortunately, 5 months of waiting is not unusual, and you can expect a further wait time of another 3 months or more. And remember, if you need help, we are always here. You can book a consultation online, but if you're in a hurry, just pick up the phone. As always, take care out there, and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.
Karl, we have a problem in the studio.